look, y'all. It's the reflector. Here to reflect what you choose to neglect. Feel me? But stop making fucking videos on here, wasting my goddamn time. And I mean pre-recorded videos when I can't even fucking upload it. Feel me? It's been like 3 videos that I done made. Shit can't upload, man. I try to do every single thing to convert the video into some other goddamn format. YouTube still don't fucking approve of it. Like, goddamn, are these fucking phones more advanced than the goddamn cameras and shit? Like, what the fuck? Like, damn, I fuck with the 14, don't get me wrong, but damn, you gotta, only shorts accept all the videos. Like, no matter how you recorded it and shit. But anyways, remember, title of this video. Now, nothing is ever for certain, all right? Now, we're going to speak particularly on what has been constructed for us to go by and abide by as far as calendars, feel me, as far as like seasons, what we're used to seeing, you know what I'm saying, and like we refer to, you know, the calendar or the time of day even to consider this the new time of day. And then to not even take astrology for certain all the goddamn time. And always just experience shit yourself. Okay? Now, I don't, and remember, discernment is real. Remember, you're your own person. You're your own spirit. You're your own energy. And all you can do is control your own. So sometimes you might feel like if you have your own idea, if it's not relatable or if it's not accepted from others, or just the actual mental world, the mental constructs, because there's a mental world that people pretty much put their spirit in that space to pretty much come up with ideas to feel like they're a part, feel like there's something in life. Sometimes it's not all about getting sucked into that. Sometimes you just need to be your own person and know that things only work for every individual. So, we're going to talk about these goddamn seasons, right? We're going to talk about these seasons, okay? So you got some people talking about the government is fucking up the weather and shit. You know, everything. You can believe everything. You feel me? Everything is real and true just because it was actually agreed to. The consensus was agreed to at a certain point. So that makes it real, like the word real type thing. But we all know to some other people, aka when there's there's another different part of this world, right, that we all on, but there's a place that you're at that people practice certain things that you would think, what the fuck, that's not real, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. That's what lets you know shit is real to a certain extent, right? When it comes to every individual agreeing and depending on the number and depending on the energy that's put into that same shit. So, come here. So, these niggas in trouble. I beat the fuck out their ass. One of them fought the other one. He gonna jump on him out of nowhere and shit and like make him bleed and shit. Beat the fuck out of him. You know what I'm saying? I gave this one special treatment. Come here. Sit down. Sit. I gave the other one special treatment because he got his ass beat, right? This one. But then he gonna turn around and fuck around and fucking piss in the damn house. Then this nigga, this killer, is the one that like fucked him up and made him bleed and shit. And that's the one I beat. Like I beat his ass. I ain't really beat the other one for peeing, cause he peed like the day after I just beat the other one. So I'm like, I don't want to. And the day after he started bleeding, so I'm like, I don't want to fucking startle him up again to make him start leaking. He was bleeding bad, bro. But anyway, granted, it was from his ears. We know dogs. That's the sensitive part where they can just pretty much bleed a lot for some fucking reason. Now, got 2 pens over here. So look, let's start right on this domino book. Who the hell is all in this bullshit? Oh, never mind, I ain't got no pen. Oh yeah, I do. So the seasons, right? When we talk about seasons, we know that there's 4, all right? The start, which is spring. What comes after spring? The summer. And then after that, the fall. And after that, the winter, all right? Which is usually supposed to be the coldest time of all the seasons. Now that's all relatable to you though, because you can be from fucking Argentina or something, and if I'm having spring, y'all having fall. So y'all just now about to get into the cold while we over here in the Western Hemisphere experiencing starting to get into the light. And that's what lets you know this world is fucking big and there's different perspectives and you can't be in the small world because then you're never gonna get anywhere. No matter how much you believe, no matter how much fulfillment these little small worlds that you attach yourself to give you, it ain't really gonna give you shit at the end of the day. Now, always experience things for yourself, right? EX for yourself. Look, examples, experience for yourself. For self. You feel me? Because anything you go through for yourself, remember, we here on earth, so it's good to actually console other people, maybe see what other people done went through, maybe even relate, see it from other people's sides sometimes so you can kind of get a more like a better way to fucking like attack your own situation, because we know when you just in your own way, because remember, in your own way means in your own way of doing things, but sometimes you can get in your own way by not separating and being open to new shit. All right, see, it's a play on words, but words ain't shit. Just use them. Just use them. Okay, mental illness ain't the fucking end all be all. Okay, that's just gonna get you in another religious system, basically. It's just gonna be more based on words that suit you for the experiences you done went through. But it's like at this point, we should be way past shit like that. Okay, so like I said, to speak on the weather systems in particular, not the weather systems, not the motherfucking seasons, right? In particular, we got to start talking about how out of one instance, right, and how the world and how systems were built for us to, like I said, one example is like one example can just be math, period. You feel me? That's a construct that we utilize to get to a conclusion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta use fucking math to add up numbers, or use math to motherfucking add up your money and or times it by how much you make a year or something like that, you know? So that's a system that you just use. It's not like that's the end all be all. It's not like shit just landed here and that's just what it is. No. It's just a general consensus, because it is true to it in a way, but everything has its flaws because we all just fucking humans at the end of the day. So at a certain point in certain people's lives, certain things might not suit them as well as the other person. Or if it once suited you, god damn it, we in the fucking planet of phases and fucking the planet of change and current, only what's going on in this time type shit. So you might end up switching for what you once thought was real or something like that. And that could be a routine you do, that can just be a belief you have, that can be anything. Alright, so this is when I've nipped astrology in the bud a little bit. Astrology really ain't that that good of a correlation after a while, because if you don't have your own discernment, you won't start kind of making your own individual interpretation of astrology. You'll just end up following it itself, and you just gonna be under it. And what does that mean? You're just gonna be in it, under it. So under it means you're always looking up, and whatever's up, it's like it's too far out for you to get it. But another saying of up, of being under something, is more like being in it. Okay, so this is when you get more into actual life. You're in something. You're in a way of a religion. You're in a way of a philosophy. You're in a way of how you can only think for yourself. So you can't ever be an outside looking in, because we all know a person that's on the outside to look in can see more than a person that's just living whatever they're being in. You know what I mean? Like, from afar, you can come up with way more broader ideas and shit than a person that's within whatever they're doing. So, AKA work. This is where you got a lot of people that can talk shit about people that work, because to the people that work, they just are in it. You know what I'm saying? They can talk all up and down about what they do, about how it's important, right? But the people that don't really like do that shit can look at it like, well, you just like staying in a constant routine and you're bounded by this job and you always thinking about it and it weighs you down after, even when you're not there. You know, like they come up with shit like basically everything that's on the fucking internet nowadays. That just straight up come from the fact that, you know, they're looking from an outside looking in. And then that's also even for like countries. Like when you look at other countries and you're not a part of none of those ways of being, those religions. Some people got weird ass religions that you would never do. You can come up with all kind of ideas because you're in another perspective. You know what I'm saying? So same shit with astrology. When you just are looking at it and just following it and up under it, you're not living life. You don't have an actual bigger frame of mind. So what I mean by this, you just gonna think you just gonna think whatever fucking Jupiter means is all about just learning. You know what I'm saying? New morals and experience and intuition. So if you just use those words itself, whatever zodiac it pretty much lies in, you're gonna think, okay, so whatever happens to me, that's just because I can blame it on that. I can just look at, oh, this is why. So you're just in it. You're not even looking at it from a broad perspective, aka look at it like, well, shit, even though these is what's going on, I still have these within myself. I have God within me, like the Bible say. I'm not saying Jupiter God, but, you know, I got this frame of mind myself. So let me sometimes use this world of where we in and just change completely, ruffle feathers, completely be in the present moment where I use myself and go through it myself and see how I actually feel with these energies. Or even if the energies is true because you feel it yourself, you can just straight up sometimes not be a part of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It takes you sometimes to not be a part of something, even if you believe it, and then you'll receive more downloads, like people say. You'll receive more ideas of more lighter. You'll be more light enough to obtain, to pass through all of the heavier things everybody be fucking talking about, and you'll just be able to go through it yourself. Be strong as a spirit. So as a space, you'll be able to kind of all these things that's being presented to you. Oh, well, nah, you gotta, it's Jupiter, so this means that, or it's Aries, so it means this, so you can't go outside of this type shit. And that's just gonna play out to your own universe, your own shit that you make, and all these ideas that pop up in your face, all these worlds, these shits, your ass gonna be fucking thinking that this is what you have to do to just feel alive, feel fulfilled, feel like you're something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta turn nothing into something. They say that for a reason, because nothing is just space itself, just nothing, just a mist of you switching this form that you always be in, form as in an idea, form as in a mental, a world of a vibe, world of a intuition that you might be used to because you created it yourself, so you by default gonna get sucked into that way of being. And then, you know, you're gonna just think that's just the end all be all. But no, you can change. You know what I'm saying? Use space to your advantage. So, as far as the motherfucking US, right? Especially on the South. Yeah, nah, the US. Sometimes, like, at one point in time, see, like, when you think up north more, there ain't really bugs like that besides the things that crawl. There ain't really bugs that just be flying. Like, you ain't gonna see no hornet in fucking Philadelphia unless it's right in the middle of summertime, all right? So this ain't really just all what I'm saying, but you can just put it in perspective. At the end of the day, there is never exactly 30 days in a month. At the end of the day, in a month is simply a fucking wherever, you know what I'm saying, the sun is giving us attention to be as. There's never a actually perfectly set day to day everything is exactly the same type of thing. Because if that was true, well then why the fuck sometimes the months change, like the days, the number of months change. So how the hell do you explain that? Because there's nothing for certain. Like there's never a certain time. Cause if that's the case, you gonna give your type of way of viewing the world, period, to man, to ideas, to ideologies, to light, information. Like so, whatever is told to you, you think it's just normal, even if you don't ever second guess shit because you know, oh, it's just normal. Why would I second guess that? And I mean like the littlest shit. Like if I say, man, like well no what people say actually the new year isn't actually on January. You know, people would want to argue that, or people would probably go too far and to say, oh, so since we think the new year is in December, I mean January, and it's actually like the end of March, you know, March 22nd, that's really the new year, on some according to life itself. New life, new is all about springing into action. It's all about springing new ideas, having new passion, having new sight, having new values. You know what I'm saying? That's newness, and we all know that for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's really it. Like it ain't really to look at it like government is fucking us up, and it ain't to look at it like, well, shit, we've been doing it. Why are you trying to switch it up now? Like that's weird, or that's not that's too far fetched type shit. Like you can't change it yourself, so let's just keep on living it out. No, you can always have your own mindset. You feel me? It's your fault for not really wanting to open out outside of that. You know, it's like shit like that. No, like there ain't no certain nothing. You feel me? You don't gotta be in anything that was created before you. You can just know it exists, sometimes use it, because we all here as a unified verse. We get versatile, but we're all unified, so you can use anything. You know what I'm saying? Just like people on the and down here actually be using people just to get what they need to get. You goddamn it, you don't think you can do that with your attributes? You know what I'm saying? That don't you can definitely do that shit with your attributes. Otherwise, you wouldn't have people able to completely seem like they done changed for better or for worse. But better or for worse is just relative to you. So they might have changed from like family and shit they're used to, but so the family thinks of it negative, but the people that they're going with thinks of it positive. Now that don't mean no good or bad though. That don't mean that's right. I'm just saying like that's what it is. That's what it is. It don't go no further than that. But yeah. This motherfucker weather though, this leads me into my point though. This fucking weather, damn, I already been talking for 18 minutes. This fucking weather, right? You can judge it by the bugs, right? Bugs have a sense of intuition, and like animals have an intuition. Birds have an intuition to kind of start flying certain places and shit. It ain't like nothing programmed in them. We like they might get confused because you know there isn't such thing as too much goddamn like chemicals and too much electricity being fused together, and like what comes out of that rises into the atmosphere. So sometimes since the water cycle is contained, water contains, it'll pretty much stay that way, but then at the same time there's newer waters coming all the time, so it just starts making some weird shit go happen. So one day you'll have a hot ass day, and another day, or no, one day it'll be a hot ass night, like it'll be a humid night, but then in the morning times it'll start being cold. Like that's weird. You know what I'm saying? We all know newness leads to more agitation, more heat, more friction, more movement. You know what I'm saying? New ain't got nothing to do with being stuck, stable, cold, distant. You know what I'm saying? So for people to call things a new year in January, just subconsciously, you're saying newness is all about gaining a new status, gaining a new way of constructing how you see fit reality or how you use things to fit your own reality. And you call that new. That's not new. So, you know, and we all make up this world. So that could be another reason why we sit here and have these different experiences in the wrong fucking times. Like sitting here having like hot weather in the wintertime because we all fucking hot on the inside. We all subconsciously doing too much in the wintertime because we think it's spring. We think we need to spring into action. We need to go do something, have new sight, but you have a new sight for what didn't already happen, what sheltering you already in. So you put a new sight on what's already been built for you. You're not supposed to have new sight for keep supporting what's built for you. Yeah, like appreciate it, but you're supposed to use these things. Use fucking these businesses. Use the money. Just like motherfuckers use y'all. Like they literally like big ass businesses and people that run them, they use y'all to give more life to their business. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But if that's all we're doing, like subconsciously, and like it plays out like physically, like every day to day, motherfuckers thinking about new ways to sit here and put more energy on what's already dead, what's already been built, what's already contained for you. What's the point of doing that when that don't have nothing to do with you going to attack anything or you going to bring new life to anything? Because it's supposed to start with you bringing new life to you as an individual to like make something of yourself, make something of this reality, change certain things that's been done before you. But since you have new, you don't give a fuck what nobody say. The more you keep going for that, and you'll fuck around and find yourself better positioned than other people, as in making money somehow in a way that nobody else knew how to make money. Shit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, at one point in time, like 5 years ago, especially in the South in America, motherfucker, the bugs wasn't even coming out. Now, if you live in the country and shit, that's a different story. But I'm talking about if you in this shit where all the buildings is built, and I don't care about it, but I'm just saying all the buildings is built and all this damn shit. You didn't even see no bugs. You ain't even see no fucking bugs, bro. You did not see no fucking bugs. Hold up. All right. Okay. So like I said, bugs have an intuition. Like now people try to get too far into, motherfuckers being smarter than what they are. Bitch, you a human, okay? You got so many different parts, and you can think outside of yourself, and you can actually see how other people actually feel, and you can develop imaginations, you can develop visions, you can develop you can go to sleep and be in another world while thinking it's this world. How much motherfucking advanced can you be? And I just explained a little shit. But, so it ain't worth looking at bugs like they're more than what they is, and animals that like they're more than what they are. You just need to look at it like, damn, I'm just not with my intuition like that. For you to even think of that like it's amazing. No, you just too far into your logic, into what you see, what's presented to you. You have no inner intuition. You have no into of yourselves wishing. You know what I'm saying? A tuition for yourself. Like, what is that? School tuition. School tuition. Like, motherfucker. Like, come on, man. You ain't got no inner tuition. So you ain't got no inner energy or money. Inner currency. There we go. Current flow. Stirring up your worlds. Creating. Fusing things to make new. You know what I'm saying? You don't got that. That's why you looking at animals like, or you might just have certain energy that kind of lets you look at shit like, okay, animals are interesting. Like, I do that. You know what I'm saying? I used to actually, now no more. That just meant I was just suiting my desire to know surface level things, what these motherfucker things do. So I used to like to look up, and I watch Animal Planet and shit. But you don't need to go that far though. So these motherfuckers is coming out early as hell, which can let you know that, yeah, astrology, it do already have some planets that's in a spring-like state. It's like Mars, our motive, is in a ending of spring state, is in the diversity, going here and there, transitioning, conversation, obtaining ideas within the personal, within the have, within the stable item, within what a person could think of that state of item, or what a person could use that stable item. It's all about conversing, right? So that's spring things. We got our intuition right now in Jupiter. I mean, in intuition, Jupiter, in goddamn, and learning process in goddamn Aries. That's the actual start. That's the actual phase of what brings you anew. You know what I'm saying? Having your own passion, having your own sight, and you gonna say it and express it, put it out, headbutt it, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? But now these is if we getting hit with these flows and these influences, and Venus is there too. Venus is pretty close. So our love language right now has a lot to do with the spring of action into that. So fire, you know what I'm saying? So that could bring a lot of that influence here. But at the same time, no, because it's all about where the fuck the raw is, where the saw is. You know what I'm saying? Where that he is. Feel me? That's what gives us the light. That's what gives us how to act. You better act right because he said, because that image says so type shit. Like you out of line if you're not acting as the motherfucking times and shit. Which the times is just wherever the fucking sun is. That's where the attention is. And since we like light so much, since we gotta see, everybody like being out there in the daytime, right? So that's a mini version of motherfucker wherever the sun is, broadly, as far as the seasons, as far as the big transitions from month to month, or from zodiac to zodiac, or from that sun being in that space to that space. All that shit matters. And right now, if supposedly, according to astrology and all these damn satellites, you know what I'm saying, it's supposed to be the ending, like the middle slash ending stages of the winter time. So the portion that we're basically making something anew, we're changing, we're being versatile and understanding our own emotions and our own state of being and our own delusions, but also our what we have learned from all these things all together as a conscious wave to lead us into being another individual. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly that's what it's supposed to be. But it seemed like all these goddamn weathers, all this hotness, all this heat, the fucking sun seemed like it's right back where the fuck it is when it starts anew. Exalted, Aries. Everyone's visions, everyone's views is in their own passionate way, in their own motivated way, so where nobody's gonna get stopped and shit. Like that's not to say spring is always hot as fuck, but it's just to say that the virtue of going to do something that's gonna cause a lot of heat, because it can cause a lot of burnouts because you keep thinking you got all these things to do. You know what I'm saying? Or all these things to prove, or all these things to see, all these things to view. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is why I say astrology ain't always the end all be all. You need to go through it for yourself. Because if you ask me, god damn it, it seems like the attention is already being brought to some spring like shit. It don't even seem like we in the deaths no more. It seems like we all, but also at the same time, spring ain't got nothing to do with heat. Sometimes that should be distant, but distant because you're not relating to actual down here, down to earth type shit. You're just in your own vision. So everybody can initiate and create their own first awareness, their own first character. But sometimes that shit ain't relatable. Like it looked like crazy almost. It looked like too much. It looked like too far. You going too far type of shit. You running into everything that was once here and you're being too new and shit, right? So to me, you ask me, I think motherfucking spring is already here. And the reason why I'm saying this, like I said, is because the system of astrology is based on numbers and construct, and we know that phases, you fucking females in y'all period. You fucking females with y'all's periods don't always be on the same goddamn timing all the time. Everybody's different. Some females do that. But if you living in this day and time, your fucking period should not be completely the same all the time. Like, it's, especially if you interacting with different environments. And what does that mean? You constantly are going through new emotions, new high tides, new phases of how you feel due to what you might be going through as an age. Also, what the fuck is going on with the energies outside of you, the attributes that you getting impacted with your own attributes, your world, and and also just maybe a fucking family member or an actual personal person that you with, that you might be doing certain routines with, that's changing that shit. Okay, just like this world get changed and fucked and shit as a whole by that damn sun and by these other water cycles, these other planets, these other attributes that I'm speaking of. So, god damn it, everything always changes. There's no exact 30 degrees. There's no exact 30 months. There's no exact 31 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just so we can kind of, the best way we can, track that shit. But at the end of the day, that ain't the end all be all. You experience it for your goddamn self, and you know by life itself, shit does not ever stay the fucking same. Okay? Seasons don't stay the same. They stay in the same cycle. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna interact with the spring, then the summer, then the fall, then the winter. That's what it is. That's just what it is. You feel me? But you ain't. That don't got shit to do with the timing of these things, the cycling of that current event. You know what I'm saying? Like, get into some fucking water right now and then get in it a day later. I bet you that shit don't feel exactly the same, bro. That shit don't feel exactly the same. Like, it's little shit like that. It's just, so think about this big ass world. Or are you gonna tell me, oh well, God can only do that? Oh well, I just need to get told that by somebody that got more technology, more years of experience. But experience is just them experiencing, learning a fucking construct, and they're taking that in whatever mood and emotion and shit they've been through it, but they probably keep adjusting to it as it relates to this so they can be right, so they can show that they're presentable, that they got it however it was previewed to them type shit. And then at that point, you just fighting yourself. You fighting yourself, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta do all that. You ain't gotta think that hard, bitch. Just go through it. That's not to be a fool and say fuck everything. Obviously, if you hear how I'm talking, I'm not saying that shit. But if you feel like that's how I'm being, then hey, that's you. Stay down. No, stay like a sheep. Bad, you bad. Stay like that, okay? Cause I don't give a fuck at that point. Fuck you. And I'm for that. And I'm for that. You know, shout out to Dolo, you feel me? For real, like these shits change, bro. If we're in different times, period, what the fuck make you think that how we once was seeing reality, grounding these things, seeing what came before, people came up with constructs to suit you, so you won't have to do it yourself. What makes you think that all that shit ain't changing right now? Okay, and this is when I would tell you need to get into astrology because at least it's correlating to our life, mental states, phases, what we are striving to do, what you need to be looking for to suit yourself and stay as the world so you won't develop no sickness, you won't develop no fuck up, you won't develop an experience in front of you that take your ass out of here, or experiences that make you feel like that you're wrong or get depressed and shit and you not ask what's going on and you just lost. That's what astrology is for. But I'm saying though, at the same time, bitch, fuck astrology because that shit ain't always. Man, shut the. Hey. Go sit. Sit. That shit ain't always the end all be all, okay? Shit. So yeah, like I said, the motherfucking seasons be changing. The fall, fuck around. The fall be coming. The fall be fucking coming way earlier than what we expect. You feel me? Just like the spring came way earlier than what we expect. Because what are we expecting? Waiting in our comfortable position or wanting something to potentially work in our own way. So we're just looking at what's going on. And as soon as it suits you internally, now you want to speak. And usually when it suits people is when it's being presented to them by the information you see on social media for you to kind of be like, oh, see, I knew that type shit. Like, yeah, I knew that. Because you don't want to put it out yourself. You don't want to come in the face of what you truly think, what you truly feel. Because remember, for you to even think and feel a certain way, it has to be here. Even if it ain't been suited by the general consensus, okay? Mentally, That don't mean it's wrong. That's just to me. That's just to say you didn't obtain a space. You didn't obtain information. You didn't obtain the spirit. You didn't put yourself in the spirit of something that ain't quite been conjured up for you. But that's still honest. That's still an honest, genuine type of way to be. That's still a genuine way to look at it, because when you express it, you never know. You gonna have fucking people being like, damn, I ain't see it like that, but I can see how that fucking shit makes sense. Even if they give you like maybe a weird reaction, or like a not like they actually on your team. They gonna remember that by thinking about them words you said, because it was so light. It was so not light, because it has to be impactful. You using your soul to actually, in however ways that you have your elements, you using that to put it out. It's gonna be impactful. But they gonna be like, damn, beyond how you said it, they gonna feel the spirit of where you might have got that. They ain't gonna know where you got it from, but it might sit with them. So you know what I'm saying? So fuck the reaction. Just come as you are. Come as you are. You feel me? Come as you are. And that's it. That's all. All right. That's it. That's all. Because the real is real, okay? It don't go over that. It don't go over that. It's the reflector. Here to reflect what you choose to.